Wow, wow, wow. Went into class and it was just lately snowing. Now we got full-on blizzard happening. Traffic is going to be chaos here in Vancouver. Oh, so our dog, since we moved houses, has separation anxiety. So we both can't go to the gym at the same time. So fortunately I have back-to-back classes, so I can go and then Shan goes and we tag team the dog. He's more work than a newborn right now. Farley, here he comes. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, Farley? Is it all snowy? Oh, good heavens. Where are you going?
Gym.
Yeah, because Farley's all anxious we have to tag team the gym. So are you bundled up warm enough, honey?
I don't know. I think I better go exercise and get warm.
Go stretch out. Let me know if you need a snowmobile to get home. Oh my goodness, what a relief it was for me getting the first vlog out there and the response that you folks gave to that vlog. Thank you very much to all of you. Supportive comments and some great ideas of the sort of content you're going to want to see on this vlog. So good to hear so many baby boomers saying, really, we want a vlog. We want content that's relating to us. While I'm on the topic, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get updates of all of our upcoming videos and all of our new content. Tomorrow I'm heading off to San Diego for Social Media Marketing World. You saw the snow that we've been living with here in Vancouver, so I'm looking forward to San Diego. As I went through the content from last week, from last vlog, one of the questions that was asked several times was for me to spend some time talking about the gear that we're using, especially I believe they were talking about my desktop gear. But before I do, I want to touch on what I've got here right now, which is our gear for doing this vlog, because we're getting there. I'm slowly starting to figure out the gear. So today I've changed things up from the first one. I think we've improved the quality a little bit. That's going to be our goal each week, to do something a little bit better. So I've got a Niagara frame for the 6 Plus, for my iPhone 6 Plus that I've set up. It's got a wide angle lens, so it's going to be a slightly different view here. The biggest change is I'm using a lav mic. Still don't have the proper cable for my shotgun mic, which I think is going to be a little bit more convenient. So the audio quality should be a bit better, maybe even acceptable now. And the other big change is I'm using a tool or a piece of software called Filmic Pro, which all of the reviews that I read online said it's an amazing piece of software. I've been going through the training for it, set it up. It allows you to set up all the different settings. It's an incredibly powerful piece of software. So I hope I've kind of got it set up right. I'm not sure if I have or not, but I'm beginning. So if it's not quite perfect, you're going to have to forgive me. So that's the setup that we have right here. I'll take a picture of it. Actually, let me just take a picture and I'll show you exactly what we're set up with here. There we go. I'll take a picture and smile. There we go. And so you can see just what I've got set up for the for shooting this vlog. Now let's spend a second and talk about my desktop setup for my studio here in the new office space here. And I'm going to quickly go through the gear that I'm using. So my audio setup is very similar to my old audio setup. I'm still using the Electro Voice RE20 microphone as my main mic. Love that mic. It's a great broadcast voiceover mic. But it's a little low on the gain side. In other words, it's a little bit quiet. And so I used to use a preamp in my setup, but I constantly had to tweak it and tune it, and I wasn't really happy with how it worked. And then I found this. This is called the Cloud Lifter, and it's a simple inline device that only does one thing. It increases the gain by about 20 decibel points on the mic. So in other words, it's just like an amplifier that runs inline in the cabling of the analog mic before it goes into the mixer. So I'm really happy with that. From there it goes into this mixer, which you see behind me right there. Now that mixer it's half practical, half theater. I don't need this big a mixer. I don't need a mixer of this with this kind of capability for the sort of work that I do. But I bought this on Craigslist years ago, and it's not very expensive. It's not the best mixer in the world. It's a Behringer Xenix something or other. At any rate, it's okay. What it does, its primary purpose is to convert the analog signal from my microphone into digital for the computer, to be able to record it on the computer. And I could very easily do this with something like the Focusrite Scarlett, or if I wanted to spend a little bit more with an Apogee Duet, and maybe even do a better job. I've set up an Amazon Amazon has made me an influencer, which means that I can have an Amazon page with all of my recommended gear. So I'm going to drop a link in here, and this is going to serve two brilliant purposes. The first purpose is all of the gear that I talk about, it's one link that you can go and you can look at all the stuff. And the second brilliant purpose is, should you choose to buy, I might make a little bit of money. My computer is still a Mac Pro. I got like a Mac Pro, a 2010, 2011 Mac Pro. It's quad core, tons of RAM, upgraded video card. I still think best bang for the buck that you can get for video editing is one of these old Mac Pros. They're noisy when their fans are roaring as they're doing rendering, but they're very powerful workstations. And as I say, bang for the buck. You can load them up with memory, load them up with hard drives, and they keep going at a really reasonable price. Now, I've got an Apple Cinema display monitor. I highly recommend anybody with a Mac to only use Apple Cinema displays. The resolution and how they interface with a Mac, so much better than any third-party display that I've ever hooked up. This one is the maximum weight of my monitor arm, so it barely works here with my fully sit-stand desk, but it's a nice and convenient setup. I've got a second keyboard tray set up on these arms. I like to have a nice clean workspace. So even though it's not super clean right now, but you get the idea. But this allows me to audit my webinars as I'm delivering. So I deliver the webinar live from here and I can watch it on my notebook as I'm doing that. It's a great way to do things. My video camera we've upgraded from our old setup. We used to have the venerable Logitech C920, but this is the Logitech Brio, which is their 4K camera. Its quality is better. It's well worth the extra money. It's about $150. And then I've got some lighting set up here, and let me just take a picture of that for you, because I'll send you pictures I'll include pictures of all of this stuff here as we go. But I've got my lighting set up. There's one light and there's the other light set up. So I've got these two LED light panels set up because I didn't have room for umbrella lights anymore in here. These LED panels can mount on the wall and give me all of the lighting that I need. And I didn't get tunable lights. They're just 5500K, so they're daylight lights. But they work really well, and so they balance off. These windows are fantastic. I get a lot of light from the windows themselves, but that works really well. So that's my setup, and I use it for both webinars and for my YouTube tutorial videos. Now, the other thing for webinars and for the tutorial videos as well is I'm not just doing green screen anymore. I've still got a collapsible green screen that we use. It just stands on a little tripod and I can move in behind so I can do my green screen work where I key my face over top of the video. But I've been setting the rest of it up to be a set so that it looks with a nice bookshelf with lots of nice kind of memorabilia on it, a few live plants in the office for both health and appearance. And then some, nice I love me stuff on the wall, like my YouTube certificate or my YouTube silver play button, and some photos of my dad, my son, and I fishing, and that sort of stuff to just create a personal level, kind of personal appeal to it all. A big part of this vlog and doing this is making the Dottotech brand a little bit more personal as we move ahead. And we think that's going to benefit us in engaging our audience in our community more intimately. Looking forward to next week. Please remember, subscribe to the channel, share it with others. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of here on the Dottotech vlog or the Steve Dotto vlog. Still haven't named it. Till next time, have fun storming the castle.